Hi, I'm Eric. I found my phone and welcome to another video. Today we are listening to Sky Ferreira's album Nighttime My Time. This was highly requested, but I don't really know anything about Sky Ferreira. I think the only song I've listened to them on was a Charlie XCX song on Charlie's self-titled album. I don't remember what song it was. I don't remember what they sound like at all. So I'm really going into this not knowing at all what I'm supposed to think about. I think it was on. I started getting this request on my Idler Wheel Fiona Apple reaction, but I don't have no idea if she sounds like Fiona Apple. I don't know if she sounds completely different. So let's find out. But this was requested by a lot of people, so I'm not gonna put any one in particular on the screen. But thank you so much for requesting it. And anyway, let's get into it. Track number 1 is Boys. Oh, sounds like background noise. Boys, they're dime a dozen. Ooh, it turned to rock. Oh, this is really making me just move automatically. Oh, there's some spoken word in there. Don't know what she's saying. Oh, this is very maximalist. I'm a fan. You put my faith back in boys. Aw, this is romantic. I love how we go in and out of that production. It was you all along. Stick a needle in your eye. Yikes. My faith back in boys. Oh, dang. Fade out. So it was Boys, and so much fun. Wow, that's how you get me revved up for an album. And this is, I already looked, and this was going to be the longest song on this record. And it got me captivated the whole time because it's full on pop and rock and synth and just so much fun. Wow, that just revved me up, in a good way. Because, lyrically, it's also a really, loving song. She's like, oh, I'm so over boys, but then she sees one and she's like, oh, that's my soulmate right over there. And so that's really sweet. It's you put my faith back in boys. And I think I've gone through enough times on this channel saying, oh, I hate men. But it's nice because sometimes you'll find one that's not one you hate. And yeah, so definitely a relatable message, definitely a vibe I can definitely jam out to. I think it's the perfect sound for right now for me, because as I think I mentioned in my last video, Townie by Mitski off of Bury Me at Makeout Creek has been stuck in my head for at least a week now, and I feel like they have very similar rock vibes. That one's a lot more depressing. This one's kind of a little cheerier, but I could see them getting played back to back, which is a good sign for Sky. Track number 2 is Aint You Right. Oh, we're going fast. It ain't you right, but that's okay. What is it? I'll consider you. This production kind of feels like a rock version of Walking on Sunshine. Oh, we just minimized it. Oh, we're growing in the background. I can hear that. Oh, we just burst. There's something both hyper pop but also very nostalgic about all of this. Oh, that was quick. So that was Ain't You Right, and that was a fun, catchy song. I think sonically it was fun, but it definitely felt less standout. I mean, the sonics stand out, but I feel like it would be less likely to get played on the radio, which doesn't matter because the radio is irrelevant now. But I enjoyed it. It was a nice song. I think it's about flirting with a possible new fling or getting back together with an ex, because it seemed like they have some sort of history. I don't know, like the annotations are less clear on this one. I think the message is a little less clear on it, but it's definitely a fun bop. Like, you know, she's saying it ain't you right, but I'll let it slide. And all right, so, you know, sometimes you gotta let it slide. Hopefully it's not toxic. You know, hoping for you, Sky. I know this album's a few years old now, so hopefully if it was toxic, you've gotten out of that. But yeah, this song paired with Boys, like, I'm just really excited. I'm getting more energized by listening to this album, and that's just very exciting. Track number 3 is 24 Hours. Oh, very clock timer thing. Girl, what? It's slipping away. What? This is so nostalgic / indie rock / like synth experimental. What? 24 hours, we still have time. For 24 hours, you're still mine. She wants this 24 hours to ever end. What's the timer? I think this song shows that she can really like sing. You'll be gone. Where are they going? We still got time. Okay, feels like we're at least getting more of a good fade out rather than it's ending suddenly like the last 2 tracks. So that was 24 Hours and a bop. Like, it's bop after bop after bop. And I'm just having fun. Like, I picked the perfect time to listen to this. Like, I'm listening to this at night. And it is nighttime my time. So, makes sense. The song is about trying to cherish every moment. Apparently, like, the lover's going to be gone the next day. I don't know if that means it's like a one-nighter. Or if it's like, you know, they're going off somewhere and they won't see each other for a while, or, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's clear in the song itself. I don't think it mentions that at all. And I don't know, also, I don't think this album is necessarily about Sky's own life, because, like, it does, like, even though it's more experimental than, like, a classic pop album, it does feel like a pop album in that, like, it could just be, you know, fun songs you can dance to, not necessarily about like Sky's own personal life. But it is a beautiful song. I love hearing her, you know, like belting singing vocals, and like the production's still like this sense of like rock and like, you know, guitar, but then also like so like synth poppy, such like experimentation, but then still feeling like nostalgic and like a classic song you could hear in like 2000s, like the O's like pop. And like it's a good combination that I really like, and I'm really glad, like, so far, you know, knock on wood, but like I'm very grateful so far that I was asked to react to this, because I'm overall just having a jolly time. Track number 4 is Nobody Asked Me, in parentheses, if I was okay. Yikes. Oh. Okay. Nobody asked me if I was okay. Nobody asked me what I wanted. I tried to ask you, but nobody asked me. This feels like it belongs in like a Paramore like album. I love that we added the belted into like the softer vocals as well. Tried to ask you, but nobody asked me. Nobody asked me if I was okay. Again, quick fade out. So that was Nobody Asked Me, in parentheses, if I was okay. I feel like it was obvious what the title of the song was. It got repeated so many times. And lyrically, it's about like having a miscommunication with a lover, or, you know, trying to reach out, but that lover doesn't really understand her. I think that's the general gist, But then I think, you know, when you get to like the chorus, which is, you know, the majority of the song, nobody asked me, like, and so many different iterations and different rhythms. And it was lovely to hear that several times. Like, it feels like a good chant to, you know, sing or scream along to at night, in the day, anytime. Like, it's definitely a song that's going to get stuck in my head. And it's a good song. Like, I don't know if it's my favorite of the ones that we've listened to, but like, it's definitely a song I don't dislike by any means. I'm going to still play it regularly. But I feel like it's a song that just gets very relatable. Nobody asked me if I was okay. Like, when you're feeling emotionally unsupported. I'm personally in a mood of feeling very emotionally supported today. I'm in a good mood today. So I'm glad I don't relate to that, but like, on days when I don't feel that way, I know that this song will be here to, you know, get me in that good headspace. Sonically, a fun time. Like, crossovers. Like, this very much is like Sawayama in that, like, this album is. Because, like, there's just so much changing, like, nostalgia. I mean, I guess this is pretty close to the late 2000s anyway. But, like, it's that nostalgia, but mixed with, like, some newer sounds and just all these different genres. Like, not having to care about what genre you're doing. And I think that's a vibe. That's a good time. I'm glad that Sky Ferreira chose to put her debut album in this direction. Like, this song in particular is a mix of, like, stuff I think of as clear, like, indie pop or indie rock or indie pop rock. But then you get some, like, just good, like, nostalgic sounds that would have been on the radio in late 2000s. And then just, like, some other stuff that just gets ingrained, like dance pop, like synth experimentation. Like, it's just so good. I'm really just digging this record so much. Track number 5 is I Blame Myself. Okay. This is also a bop already. You saw my face on the cover. Ooh. I know it's not your fault. I blame myself. You think you know me so well. Oh my god, the vocals and the percussion, it's perfect. Blame myself. Reputation. 10 years old without a voice. Oh, she's going back. Oh, this melody is so good. Feels like... Hey. I blame myself for my reputation. Gotcha. Oh, I love how that's fading in the background. You know me so well. Oh, it's so over now. Sad. So that was I Blame Myself. Oh my god. This song has no business being this good. By any means. Like, what? This is so good. Okay. Sonically, perfect. Flawless. Like, the percussion of... I can't replicate it, but... amazing. Her vocals, like, the way she sings. I think there's also a sort of filter to feel the way it is. And it's perfect for it. It works perfectly with the drums. I don't like to say perfect a lot because I feel like that can get, you know, thrown around and, like, objectified and, like, you know, have different connotations. But, like, to me, this song speaks to me very much. I really love this song. Like, it's definitely top tier. I just want to listen to it now instead of the rest of the album, which is not good because even though I really want to know what the rest of this album is because it's so good so far, like, wow, this song stops me in my tracks, really, is what I'm trying to say. I Blame Myself lyrically is also amazing because it's very much about, like, her reputation and her public image, which is something I love hearing about in songs. Like, lyrically, I think that's such a really interesting thing because I do, like, look at a lot of artists and, like, their public persona and how it influences their music. And, like, it's nice to hear that. Especially for her, this is her debut album. I know she had probably released songs before this, but, like, she already had, you know, some sort of, like, reputation before that. And so it's very interesting. Like, you think you know me so well. like it's talking to like her fans and like people who like have read about her and like think they know her as a person, and they don't. Like they only know what she puts out into her songs, maybe what she says in interviews, or if they've had personal interactions with them. But like who people perceive you to be, especially when they're not like that close to you in real life and not like regularly interacting with you, like they're not going to know the whole story. They might not even know the right story. So like it's definitely a very like a song that I think a lot of artists can relate to. And but also I think you can relate to it as an individual, even though it was meant, for that more like celebrity or like famous-ish person status. Like I think you can like extend that to, oh, like someone judging you, but they don't really know you for who you are. But I also think it sounded to me like when I was listening to it, like a little bit about like mental health as well. Like you don't know what it feels like to be outside of yourself, which could be, like how like, celebrities seem to like be larger than life, which I think is what her intention is. But to me, like it definitely felt also like like you could interpret it as like, dissociating from your identity and having that mental health issue. And also like I don't know, there was some other things in there that felt like a lot of like depression and anxiety tangentially related. So I feel like it could be in that sense. I definitely see the main argument of it being about her celebrity status, and she's also confirmed that as well. But like I think you can make it even more personally relatable even if you aren't a famous-ish artist. But overall, this so far I think is my favorite song on the album, and I'm excited because like we're not even halfway through and there could be even songs I like more, and the fact that that could be the case like blows my mind. Track number 6 is Omanko. I think I said that right, but I'm not sure. Okay, rock. Oh, where are we building to? I feel like we're building. Okay, I could not understand a word she said. Japanese Jesus? Okay. Japanese Christmas. Okay. Wait, is that jingle bells in there? Like sleigh bells? Those are definitely sleigh bells. I was a percussionist. That's what those are. I'm just really confused about this song. I'm gonna have to look it up. It does make you want to like rock out, though. I'll give it that. Oh, is that a waterfall sound? So it was Omanko. Should I have said that? Because it translates to a part of the biologically female body, and it is the only word in Japanese media, etc., that is censored. So, if you were trying to watch this in Japan, I hope it's not like demonetized there or having some other issue. The song itself, it's an interesting song for sure. Like very rock. Like it's talking about a Japanese Jesus and gearing up for a Japanese Christmas. I don't know if Sky Ferreira has any Japanese heritage, has any linkages. I'm very confused by this song. Apparently, they called this song a self-death song for fun that they just made just for fun, but then they were like, oh, it sounds good, and then so they put it on the album. And I don't know, I'm just very confused about it. If someone would love to get some more clarity to the song, please do so in the comments below, because I'm confused. I'm confused about why it's Japanese. I'm confused about like what it's supposed to mean. Like, is it just a song that's just like supposed to be a meme? If so, like, was it well received? Was it poorly received? I literally have no idea. Like, this is a song. It's very interesting. Like, it's less exciting. I don't think it's up to the same like standard that I feel like the other songs I've heard so far on the album are. But I wouldn't count it out yet. But I would just like to get some context so that I can listen like responsibly. Track number 7 is You're Not the One. That's a juicy title. Ooh, very like garage bandy. Okay, it blew up from the garage band. It's the middle of the night and I'm so gone. Wow. You're number one? Oh no, not the one. Is that like a crash of applause? Love at first sight. Wasn't that what it happened in Boys? Ooh, her vocals are a little bit muffled. Love that. Okay, not the quick fade outs. She alternates between like harsh fade outs and a little slower. So as You Are Not the One, and that was a good song. Like sonically, definitely sticking that pop rock vibe. Like I think I was kind of preoccupied still because I'm thinking about Omanko and like whatever the heck that song is. Like so I don't think I could fully like give it the attention it deserved. There's also some loud people in my hallway, so I had to like pause a little bit. So that like kind of like shifted my mood a little bit. But like I do enjoy the song. I think it also just doesn't feel like as distinctly Sky as I think some of the songs before. Like this one just feels, I don't know, like it feels like something I've heard. Maybe it was something that came out after this, so maybe they were inspired by this song. But like I think also lyrically it's less relatable personally to me because it's about her knowing that someone's not the one, but like still really finding herself in love with that person and really needing them, and like being like so gone in the middle of the night and trying to get back together with them. And like I don't know, that's just not something I'm personally dealing with right now. I'm glad about that, and I know that I'm sure this song is lovely and relatable to the people who like are in that situation. But for me, like I think it's a combination of that plus where it's placed in the album. Like maybe I would like it if it was earlier. Maybe I would just like it if I'm not, fully doing a reaction and pausing in between and just like listening to it all the way through. Because I think I would like listen to it, but I don't know if this is the type of song on this album that I'm going to go to like first and like just listen to that out on its own. Track number 8 is Heavy Metal Heart. Okay. Fun. Oh, I already really like her vocals on this. You can feel the beat of the night in my chest. Talking to myself in the dark. I can feel the pulse of my heavy metal heart. Okay. There's only one thing left for me to lose. Oh, I think she's talking and singing softly. Oh, I love how we brought that production in, like the way we did that. Never coming back. Okay. I'm not her anymore. Okay. Evolution. Heavy Metal Heart. Ooh, okay. So that was Heavy Metal Heart, and that was a sweet song. I didn't realize it was happy. I thought it was like, well, I thought it was happy and like the triumphant, like I'm walking away from you, and my heart starts beating again. But no, it's not. It's, oh, my heart's made of like heavy metal, and like it's dark and like machine like. But when I'm with you, you make it beat, and like that's what like love is, I guess, for her. And so it was about her boyfriend at the time. I don't think they're together anymore, which is real sad. But like it is a very like cute song in that regard. I mean, it's very like heavier and rock more than like a cute little pop song, but like it's a vibe. Like I enjoy it. I think I like it more now knowing that's a positive song. Like I enjoy it. Yeah, I think I'm going to like it more in headphones. I think this was one of the songs that feels like it got done dirty without like the headphones and like just listening through a speaker. So I'm excited to listen to it again in headphones and while editing so that I can get, you know, a better and greater appreciation for the song. I think it's a good song. Like I think like I am getting a little bit of fatigue. I think it's just out of actual like sleep problems rather than like this album doing that to me. Like I think that normally I'd be in good shape. So that's good. Track number 9 is Kristine. Okay. Bring on the I'm not even mad about it whatsoever. Okay. The way she's delivering these vocals, I'm gonna have to look up the lyrics later. Oh, there's some fun auxiliary in here. The sonics just keep pushing us forward. Oh, did we change keys or is she just singing in a different one? Oh, quick again. So that was Kristine, and that was an interesting song. Like it just kind of pushed us quickly. Like it was our shortest song on the album, and it felt its shortness. Like I felt like we were just moving along, chugging along. And so sonically it was really interesting. Like it was very hard to hear any of the lyrics. That might be a speaker thing, that just might be like just how it's delivered with how heavy the production is. So that's another one to take to, you know, editing me and listening in headphones me. But the song is basically kind of about like her life being like, you know, dealing with that celebrity status. And this one, I don't know, I'm not really as into it as like I Blame Myself, because I Blame Myself, first of all, is just way catchier than this, because like there is some parts that are repeated here, but it's like not easy to tell, at least on the first listen. Like it's like, yeah, it's not like nearly that like interesting in comparison. So it's definitely fades more into the background. I also think like it's a very interesting message in there based on the parts that have been like deciphered like on Genius lyrics, because like apparently like she's like I'm not like happy or sad or just like I'm just kind of like numb about like being like famous and having these privileges. And like she keeps talking about the young millionaires, so I guess is she a young millionaire? Like I don't know how much like an artist of her caliber makes. I don't know if she was more popular at that time and therefore made more at that time, because she has, I believe she has 500,000 Spotify monthly listeners. I don't know if that helps at all, like in terms of calculating a number. I don't know how famous she is. I haven't really heard much of her personally, but you know, she's also in a different scene than I think like the mainstream people are. So like she could still be doing quite well for herself, but I'm just not sure. One line that like makes me very confused is the apolitical to like the young millionaires, because she is in this like, you know, upper tax bracket, let's say. Like she can't really comment on it, I guess. But I think you can comment on it, because like you don't have to spend recklessly, and then you can say, hey, like these people are just spending money just to spend money when you could be like donating that. So I don't know, I feel like that puts her more in a position to say things. I think like celebrities speaking out on social issues is a really like good thing, because like they have so many people that they influence, and so not only do they have more money to do it themselves, but they also inspire like their following to do that as well, if they do that publicly. And if they do that privately, still that's more money going to a good cause. So I don't know, like the song, at least on the first listen and just like looking up the lyrics, doesn't feel right for me. Same on the Omanko kind of thing, but I think I like the sonics of the song more. But I'm not sure. I have to listen to it again, and I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below to see maybe I am like misinterpreting, misreading. I don't know. Track number 10 is I Will. Okay. Pop rock vibes. Classic Sky. That's what you want from me. This sounds familiar, but I don't think I know it. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. What is that lesson? So that was I Will, and that was a good song. Like, I vibed to it. It's definitely not a song that really stood out to me that much. Like, especially compared to her others. Like, I felt like this one was not that experimental. Like, it felt very like indie rock, and it was a good song. Like, don't get me wrong. And it's kind of like just like saying I'm gonna just prove people wrong. Like, apparently she was literally silent and like didn't talk for a while, but then like she then like sang, and her classmates were like, "Wait, she can do that?" And she's like, "Yeah." But like apparently she's been very shy, and so like she really likes proving people wrong, and we love to see it. I also found out while diving in that apparently she was like 20-ish probably when this album came out, because she's like 28 now, but this album came out 8 years ago. So that's impressive. Good for her. Like, that kind of gives a lot different context, because you're judging this album of a like a 20-year-old, like, and some of these songs like have blown me so much out of the water, so it just feels very impressive that she was able to do that at such a young age. And yeah, so good for her. I would say, yeah, sonically and lyrically, I think this song is one of her safer songs, and so it doesn't like grab me at the beginning, but like I could see me liking it like down the line. Track number 11 is Love in Stereo. Oh, applause, applause, applause. Oh, we got some good percussion in here. He just wants to be my friend. It's always just stay, not just go. Okay, now we've gotten a little more quirky. See, like, that's funky. That's what I'm excited about her. Never just go, never just go. This feels like a Maud Latour, like, Superfruit sound. Oh, okay. So that was Love in Stereo, and that was a little poppy number, like, definitely, more pop, chill adjacent. I almost got like a Clairo vibe from it. Now that I'm also just realizing that, Sky Ferreira was like 20 at this time, and Clairo was right around my age as like now as well. And so like I don't know, it feels like, Claire could be like, the new Sky. Not that we're competing, not that we're replacing or anything, but like, different generations. But this song is about one-sided love. He broke her heart in stereo. Seemed like he only just wanted to be her friend, but she wanted something more. And like the line that really stuck out to me is what was his intent for picking me up just to let me down again? Like, I think that's the literal like picking someone up, because there's a lot of sensuality and just romance in just picking someone up. And so don't do that unless you're willing to deal with the consequences. I think sonically I enjoy the song. It's a little quirky, like there's some interesting like percussion, interesting sonic flourishes on it that I really do enjoy. It's definitely much more lighthearted than I think some of the other like heavier production. And I think I like heavier production but like upbeat messages. So I like the upbeat message of this, but like I don't think it's gonna be my top of the top, because I liked I don't know, the songs that have more like bass and like groove to it, which I feel like this one's just more like pop, lighthearted, summertime fun. But summer's just around the corner, so I'm sure I'll have fun with it then. Track number 12, last track on this album, Nighttime My Chime, the album title. Oh, we're getting back to that garage kind of vibe. Oh, feels slower too. Useless and I know it. What? You said you don't care what I'm thinking about, but I'm thinking about you. Ooh. These vocals right now are just so quiet. I hope they clear up in headphones. I won't feel anything when we burst into dust forever. Wow, this is dark. I think I thought that Nighttime My Time was going to be like a fun number. It's pretty ominous. Faster and faster. Ooh, it's all coming into like just noise. Oh. So that was a Nighttime My Time. Very interesting way to end the album. Like, we got rid of all the speediness and the rock and pop and all that nostalgia. We just tossed it out. Like, it's very slow. It's very, like, ominous. Like, a lot of the song are, like, paraphrasing from this movie, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which I haven't seen. But apparently, that's where a lot of these lyrics are from. Apparently, it was written in the middle of the night, and then it was produced the next day in an hour. Impressive on that. That's a lot of skill to do it that quickly. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like we just departed into a different dimension with this song, because I don't feel like this is part of the same album. I don't know. I think this song in particular feels most like the album cover. And with that extent, like, honestly, this is the only song that feels like the album cover, which is a very interesting album cover to have. Definitely very risque. Not quite sure why she did that, but that's her prerogative. Yeah, it's a very like depressing, ominous type of song. And like, while that can be a vibe sometimes, like, it's just not the vibe I'm currently dealing with right now, so I'll have to listen to it during the day with some fresh ears. And sonically, again, I don't really dislike it. It's just like just not what I was expecting, but like also not like in your face at the same time. So it's something, again, I have to, now that I know it exists, I can be ready for it. With that said, we have finished this album. I have to say, wow. Okay, Sky, like, this is like what, an album that a 20-year-old made like 8 years ago. I mean, I guess it was less common to just make an album like by yourself. Like, impressive. Like, this is a debut. That's also just very impressive. Like, I like it. I really enjoyed it. Especially first half is like no skips. Like, amazing. I love it. And I think the second half, I think, will sound better in headphones. Now knowing where we're going with the album, like, just like, preparing, not like thinking too hard on a couple of the songs, where I was like questioning some parts of certain messages on some songs. So, like, we won't have to do that. We can just like vibe to the album. And that first half is gonna just sound so good. I'm already really excited. Specifically, I Blame Myself is like, I feel like that will be number one, but we will see for sure. I think it's impressive for her to go down so many different like sonic genres, and mix so many genres, and to make it sound really good in doing that. I think, like, anyone could theoretically do any genre, but like, will they do it well? Probably not. So like, I applaud her for that. I think it takes a lot of creative direction to do that. And I love how her voice like can sound so many different ways. Like, sometimes I forget that it's the same artist I'm listening to, because like her voice can sound so different. I think that's some vocal filters, but also just like pure talent. So good for her on that. I'm very impressed by it, especially like the control that she can have, like, on the more rock heavy things. The fact that she can do that as like a 20-year-old, that like, her voice is like, it's matured, but it's not like, oh, I'm an adult. Like, I've had decades of training. So like, I'm very impressed with her, honestly. There are a few touches that like definitely, now knowing that like, oh, she is like in my age group at this time when she created this album, like, that make me feel like, oh, okay, cool. Because like, I don't know, I'm still confused about Omanko. I'm still confused about Kristine. And like, I don't know, I feel like those are ideas that like don't feel that fully baked, but you know, we will see. I would also just love to hear your thoughts down below on those two songs in particular, but also just any song on this album. I would love to hear. But yeah, I think I'm overall very pleased with this project. It is a really cool project. I can see multiple of these songs like being regular listens for me. That's good. It's not an album that made me like fall asleep. It's not an album that, you know, is gonna scare me. Like, it's not one that's gonna make me cry probably. But it's just like some good tunes, some sad things, but like, you know, it's mixed with some good happy stuff, and it's done with some excellent production. Like, whoever produced that, congratulations. Also, congratulations to Sky for making this. This is an excellent debut album, and I'd be happy to listen to future projects of hers, like, or just later projects of hers as well, if you all, those of you who are watching, are interested. With that said, here are some of my favorites of the top tier of the songs that I love, the songs that stand out to me, the ones I'm going to play over and over, songs in the middle, the songs I like, I'll add them to my playlist, but they might not be the top of the top. And then songs at the bottom are just not really my thing. Doesn't mean they're bad songs. That doesn't mean they can't be your favorite song. Just means it's probably not for me, and that's okay. We are okay having different opinions. If you like this video, please like it. Please comment down below to like me to react or listen to next. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
It's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Smile big, oh big.